watching the Highlight Zone with Wayne 15 Sports Director Glenn Marini. Local sports coverage you can count on.
Mother Nature tried to stop us, but to no avail. Hoosier hysteria has indeed taken over the area. Yeah, if basketball is what you crave, we got a heaping helping of hoopage coming your way. Sectional semifinals here on the Highlight Zone, the final Friday of the Prep boys basketball season here in Indiana. Every game, a winner-go-home scenario. We were going to tip things off with the SAC champs tonight, but you know what? That sectional was postponed, so we're going to head out to Carroll for a sectional at Charger Fieldhouse. Norfolk facing East Noble. The Knights coming off a 4-point win over DeKalb on Tuesday night. Third quarter, Dolman Alexander, the 6'6 senior, knocking down the short J. 33-29, Norfolk in the lead. Rod Shamble liking that. And then loving this, Dallas Lawrence. He is an athlete, flying it in for the putback, and Norfolk's lead now at 9. But here come the East Noble Knights. It's Mason Treesh with a jumper from about 15 feet. He had 11 points, and it's just a 7-point game. Fourth quarter now. More from the Fighting Durnells. It's Hunter Klein. This one kind of a wacky way to score it too, but they'll take it. And the lead now just at 5 for the Bruins. But Dolman Alexander would answer the call down the stretch. The senior had 15 points in this one to lead the Bruins as Norfolk wins this one 59-53 over East Noble.
Feels good, man. I had to get back from last year. We did the same thing last year, man. Just trying to do it again this year.
Man, we're just here to make a statement. We're 1-0 now. The last season doesn't matter. We went through trials and tribulations, and we're just here to make a statement and prove everybody wrong.
Man, it feels good. You know, we always talk about the second season, man. You know, the first season didn't go that well for us. So the kids bought into that, hey, sectional is a whole new season. Let's just give everything we got. Let's work on and let's play the way that we practice. And so we've been having good practices for the last 2 weeks. So we was hoping that they put it out on the court when the game started. That was our biggest hope.
Rod and the Bruins moving on. Nightcap at Charger Fieldhouse. Snyder and Northside, the Legends on fire. Coming off a 31-point win over Carroll on Tuesday night. And well, they look good early. Jackson Fugate with the 3. He had 22 points on the game, and Northside out to an early lead. Snyder, not the regular season these guys wanted, but when it comes to the postseason, man, it's a whole nother gear. It's Karan Billingsley. He had 19 points. It's a 4-point game. Waylon Clopton actually had 23 to lead Snyder, but oh, Tay Johnson is a player. You see him splash the 3 right there. Then the junior working it here. In transition, he would get the deuce. Northrop holds off Snyder 64-57, so we got Northrop and Northside tomorrow for the sectional championship game. At the area's other 4A sectional, no games at Columbia City tonight. Instead, they're going to play all 3 games on Saturday. They're going to tip things off early. Southside and Wayne are going to get going at 10 o'clock in the morning. That's followed by Columbia City at Homestead roughly at noon. The championship game will be Saturday night. Title game set to tip in Columbia City at 7:30 tomorrow. 3A sectional at Peru. Third-ranked Norwell surviving a scare on Wednesday, winning in overtime against Northwestern. Tonight, the Knights facing a scrappy Mechaniqua squad. This is my man Brody Bolin laying it in. The future Bowling Green Falcon going to play football for BGSU. Lays it in right there. How about Mechaniqua, though? They were looking good early. That's A.J. Kelly with the lefty finish, and the Braves in those beautiful blue unis up 12-5. Luke McBride, though, he is Norwell's all-time leading scorer. Recently just passed Darren Archbold for that top spot. He gets the bucket right there. Then you're going to see McBride hit Jake Parker here for a deuce. Norwell wins this one by 80-60, I should say, as the Knights are moving on. Other side of the bracket at Peru, the host Tigers taking on 3A number 5 Oak Hill. Now, you would think Oak Hill probably takes care of business in this one, but oh, this is why we play the games. Fourth quarter, Peru's Matthew Rutger with the 2, and Peru up 44-35 with under 2 minutes to go. Landon Beagle. He recently passed Jared Odell atop those Oak Hill scoring lists. He gets the bucket right there. That cuts into the lead. More from Oak Hill. Matthew Strange, nothing strange about his range. He drills the 3. It's a 7-point deficit for Oak Hill. You're going to see Beagle again. This kid does not want his career to end. He gets the bucket to close it, cut it to 5, but Peru would close it out from the free throw line. The Bengal Tigers, ice water in their veins from the stripe as Peru upsets Oak Hill 55-47. So we've got Norwell versus Peru tomorrow for a sectional championship. 3A sectional semifinals at Garrett. They're going to have to wait another day to play as tonight's game's postponed. Heritage and Dwenger now going to play at 6 o'clock on Saturday night. That's followed by Concordia and Woodland. The title game now set for Monday night at 7:30 at Paul Bateman Gymnasium. 3A sectional at Northwood, same deal basically as Garrett. Tonight's game's pushed back to Saturday. That's Lakeland versus West Noble at 6 o'clock now tomorrow. Fairfield and Northwood sometime around 7:30. The sectional championship game set for 7:30 on Monday up in Napanee. Well, 4A and 3A tonight are in the books, but coming up after the break, we're going to talk 2A hoops. That includes Blackhawk Christian, where the Braves, hey, they may have the best shot of any team in Northeast Indiana to make a run to Gainbridge Fieldhouse. We're going to head down to Bern to see the Braves in action. Plus, we'll head to Southwood, where there was a rivalry renewed. The host Knights taking on their neighbors to the north, the Northfield Norse. All that and more coming your way next on the Highlight Zone. Well, they won the ACAC tournament title for the first time in 47 years. They then went on to win a share of the regular season conference title as well. And tonight, they could win their 20th game of the season for the first time in program history. However, standing in the way of another major milestone for the Jets, a Bishop Luers team that's playing its best basketball of the season. The Knights coming in having won 3 of their last 4. Luers taking on the Jets at the newly revamped Stardome. We pick it up in the third quarter. This one is tight. It's Isaac Zay, the Zay Hay kid, drills the 3, and that would tie the game at 26. But literally after that, Adams Central goes right back down the floor and goes on a run. Micah McClure is pure for 3. Then it's Ethan Poling, the 6'5 senior. He drills the triple from the corner. How about Ryan Tester? He says, "Don't test us." He drills the 3, and now the Jets up by 7 and feeling good. Later in the third, freshman Braylon Reber with a tough 2 as it falls there. Then you're going to see Isaac Schultz with 2 of his 16, and for the first time in the program's 73-year history, Adams Central's won 20 games. They take this one over Luers 65-44.
I think we just share the ball. We want to see the next guy in front of us succeed, and I think that's really played a part in our success. We'll have our hands full tomorrow, so I think this is a great momentum booster.
Well, I think we just got to continue to play basketball. One of our things we've talked about the last couple weeks is making what we call third-grade basketball plays. Talking, keeping your hands up, making good decisions. Quite honestly, things you learn to do in third grade that good teams do. And no matter who we play tomorrow night, that'll be the key.
In the late game, who will they play? Blackhawk Christian with high expectations in year 1 under Matt Roth. The Braves facing a good Manchester team that came in 18-5. First quarter, who scores first? How about Mr. First? It's Josh First with the 2 down low. Then it's the 6'8" Kellen Pickett. You're going to see him, a little more of him in just a second. He gets the lay-in right there. Blackhawk out to an early lead. But Manchester, these guys can play. How about 6'6" sophomore Gavin Betton on the putback right there? And then it's Betton with the left-handed hook. And I'm betting Betton is going to be a good player when it's all said and done. He had 16 on this one for the Squires. But guess what? Blackhawk, really tough. They could definitely make a run in the 2A state tournament. That is Mr. Pickett for 3. Then you're going to see Gage Sefton, the future Grace College Lancer, with 2 of his 12. And then the coup de grace. How about Mr. Pickett on the defensive end? Watch Kellen Pickett with the swat, and then Sefton ahead to First, and First knows what to do with it. He slams it home. He had 19 points on the game, and Blackhawk a winner 75-42. Blackhawk going to get AC tomorrow. That should be one of the best sectional championship games in the area. The 2A at Westview, hoops on hold. Tonight's game is postponed until tomorrow. We got Eastside and Westview playing at 6 o'clock on Saturday night now. Central Noble and Prairie Heights at 7:30. The sectional title game will now be played Monday at 7:30. Meanwhile, the 2A games at Rochester, including the Wabash game, pushed back until tomorrow. Championship game will be on Monday, hosted by the Zebras. The 1A sectional at Southwood, the host Knights taking on Northfield. Southwood beat the Norse twice so far this season, with the third time be a charm for the men in blue. Well, it didn't look so early. That's Nathan Lehner with the bucket, and Southwood with a double-digit lead. Northfield coming the other way off a little shovel pass right there. Noah Burkhart with the 2 for the Norse. Now let's fast forward to the fourth quarter now. It's Bryce Wilcox. That is a sweet swish from the corner for Southwood. You're going to see Will Weiner ahead to Jason Oprizik. And Southwood taking care of business on their home court. The Knights advancing 69-35 over rival Northfield. Late game at Southwood, Smith Academy taking on Canterbury. And we pick it up with Canterbury doing work. How about Ashton Dressler gliding in 2 of his 7, and the Cavs up in the first quarter. Smith Academy, the fighting 54th, putting up a fight in this one. It was closer than you might think. Smith Academy getting the putback right there. But let's fast forward to the second quarter. It's Davis Cowan for Canterbury under the tutelage of Derek Adams. He knocks down the 3 for Canterbury. You're going to see Smith Academy get the bucket coming up here, but Canterbury outlasts Smith. Again, a closer one than you might think, 47-40. The Cavs victorious, so it's Canterbury versus Southwood tomorrow. Tip on that game is actually 6 o'clock for the sectional championship. 1A sectional at Hamilton. These games postponed until tomorrow. They're going to play all 3 games on Saturday. Yeah, the semifinals starting at 11 o'clock in the morning. That's Lakewood Park Christian taking on Lakeland Christian. That's followed by Elkhart Christian Academy against Bethany Christian. Title game played Saturday night. Tip set for 8 o'clock at Hamilton. We got more Highlight Zone, including your Gem of the Night, coming up next.
We are Southwood High School. Keep watching Highlight Zone. Yeah!
Well, last Friday night, it was one of the top basketball prospects in the country taking center stage here on the Highlight Zone. Kokomo's Flory Badunga rattling the rim. He's the 4th-ranked junior in the nation and a projected NBA lottery pick. Well, what can we do to follow that up? That is the question. Here is the answer. Your latest Gem of the Night brought to you by Peter Franklin Jewelers. And as my good friend, deep thinker, and philosopher Ricky Bobby used to say, if you're not first, you're last. How about Josh First? Ahead of the pack for the slam, Josh First, 19 points. Recently announced that he's going to walk on next season at Purdue to play alongside big brother Caleb. It's going to be a family affair at Mackey Arena tonight, though. It's Josh First's world, and we're all just living in it. That is your Peter Franklin Jewelers Gem of the Night as Blackhawk wins it. Down in Muncie, Ball State wrapping up its regular season. What a job Michael Lewis has done. 20 wins already in his first season, leading the way for the Cardinals. First half, it's Peyton Sparks down low for the and one. He had 24 points and 11 boards, but Ball State down by 5 at the break. Second half, how about Demarius Jacobs canning the 3? Rockets bending, not breaking though. Coming the other way, it's Toledo's Dante Maddox Jr. for 3. Ball State does fall on this one, 87-81. Next up, the MAC tournament next week for the Cardinals. Also at the Division III Women's Basketball National Tournament, the Trine Thunder with a victory tonight, the final 79-69 over Washington University. Trine advancing to play tomorrow at 8:30 in the second round. That's in Dubuque, Iowa. Michaela Artis for Trine. Messed around, almost got a triple-double, 18 points, 9 rebounds, 9 assists for her. Meanwhile, over in Ohio, they had the district finals tonight. Ottoville losing to Crestview in double overtime, so Crestview's moving on while Antwerp falls to Patrick Henry. That's going to do it for the Highlight Zone. We'll talk to you soon here on WESTVIEW.